And suddenly, to my surprise, they did the mash. They did the sharky mash, the sharky mash. They did a swim time smash. They did the sharky mash. They splashed and they splashed. They did the shark mash, smash, 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 smash. I mean, hey, everybody. Welcome to this show. Oh, my gosh. Happy Halloween. This is Jawsbreakers, the Scary Funny Shark Movie Show, where we watch shark movies of varying variable qualities with you, our dedicated, lovely people that we know and love and care about. And we watch that stuff on Twitch and whatnot. And then we do a podcast. That's what this is. My name is Brett, aka Breaker Streams. The confused one in the little tiny box before me is my sister Blister from the same Mr. Allegedly, Jarmagargar, Jasmatina, aka Zombman, and I'm Scary Brett. That's what I am. I'm Scary Brett. I'm Scret. I'm Scret. Oh gosh, I heard your voice and I was so scared. It's terrifying sounding.
Oh,
Jasmine, how are you?
I'm okay.
What have you done since the last time that we did this thing?
Worked. And was a part of the After Dark Cry Halloween spooky.
That doesn't come out until tomorrow as of this release date.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, when this comes out, as you listen to it, dear listener, Saturday, the Saturday before Halloween, the After Dark Cry Halloween special, it comes out tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, I guess. Jasmine, is that it? Is that all you did? You were in an episode of After Dark Cry?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Wow. You didn't do anything? Anything to report to your devoted fan base?
Absolutely nothing. Just worked and being a normal human, typical human things. I ate a whole thing of mac and cheese yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. Did you devour it like a shark?
I sure did. I put that mac and cheese. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, it was fine. Everything's fine. Last recording of the season and for a while till what, December? We're starting back up in December.
Wow, spoilers. So yeah, this is the last movie we're gonna watch for a month.
I think we already said that.
I know, I'm just repeating it. Season 2 is not officially over. I don't think this is the end of season 2. We're still in season 2. Season 2 is still going.
Just gonna take a break for them holidays.
It might be season 3. I don't know. We'll see. We're taking a break for the month of Thanksgiving. December, we're gonna come back with a vengeance, and we'll be watching our first ever movie via Discord. So if you're not already a member of our Discord, jump into the Discord. You can talk to me, maybe Jasmine, if you happen to see or catch her on there. But we will be streaming a movie on Discord, and that's the only way to watch it with us is through there. So check out the link in the description, whatever. And also, if you join the Discord, you are entered for an After Dark Cry contest to win a copy of Pokemon. Is it Brilliant Diamond or is it Shining Pearl? It's one of those two. But yeah, so there's no reason why you shouldn't join it. It'll be fun, and plus you get to watch movies with us and our lovely community. It'll be a blast. So, and
we just recently watched a movie called Sharks of the Corn.
Speaking of movies, we just watched a movie called Sharks of the Coin. And speaking of our lovely community, I would like to thank Tiny Mom Shark, Anti-Shark 55, Droop Dog, Velvictus, IX Pennywise, My Last Melody, Clation, Lady Wild Horse, and Jake's Twitch channel. I can't read.
Thanks for stopping by, guys. It was a real blast.
Thanks for stopping by and watching Sharks of the Corn with us. And yeah, we watched a little movie for Halloween called Sharks of the Corn. Jasmine, where do we begin with this one, honestly? It's a movie.
Movie. It's a brand new movie. Came out this year, in April.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did not know that. I didn't know that it was going to be a newer movie. Typically, the movies that we see that are like this have been more in the 2008-10 range, I feel like, except for the movie we saw before this, which was also Virus Shark. So
Correct.
we got two 2021.
We got two post-COVID movies
Shark
in the
movies,
bag now.
This movie was filmed in Kentucky, so actually not too far away from where we are here in good old West Virginia.
I'm sorry, can you repeat what you just said?
This movie was filmed in Kentucky, which isn't too far from West Virginia.
Oh, I misheard you. I thought you said this movie attacked West Virginia brutally, as our neighbors in Kentucky often do. Yeah, this movie was filmed in Kentucky. I got nothing else to say beyond that. Kentucky's a lovely place.
It's not too shabby.
Filled with some lovely people. And that's the end of my connection to Kentucky.
Okay.
Our Jawsbreakers movie, our movie that's related to sharks. I don't know if it's Jawsbreakers specifically, but it part of it was filmed in Kentucky.
Fun facts,
yo.
You want to shout out to anybody who's in Kentucky right now?
The Bankses,
the movie,
the Mosley Bankses. So thank you all. If you hear this, what else?
The movie.
Allison Fisher as well. I shouldn't have said her full name, but thank you for help. I get their names are going to be in the credits of the movie when you guys watch it anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Thanks, Jazz.
You're welcome. Do you want to get back to Sharks of the Corn?
Sure. I'll just be over here depressed.
Why?
No reason. Because I watched a movie called Stephen Kang's Sharks of the Corn. Was there a Stephen Kang in this?
No.
Associated with this? So it's just it's not even a pun, really. I kept waiting for a Stephen Kang to show up.
Oh, I thought that was like the director, like that was a legit person.
Not. You thought that was a real person?
Yeah, I did. But now that you said that, I realized they were trying to make a joke about Stephen King.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't paying attention to that. I was so confused for a second because I was like, the guy who directed this was Tim Ritter. And I was like, that's not who that is. Where did they get Stephen King? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what it says on the cover art for this movie. It says Stephen Kang's Sharks of the Corn, which is a play on, of course, on Stephen King, horror icon.
I don't think it was anything like that at all.
You don't think that's the reason why they did that?
No, I'm just saying the movies are not similar at all to each other. Not even close.
Do you mean Children of the Corn?
Yeah. Children of the Corn and Sharks of the Corn are not at all similar to each other.
They have corn in the title. What are you talking about?
I guess that's all you need.
Yeah, there was a child in this movie as well. I don't know what more you want, Jasmine. Why are you impossible to? You're just impossible to please.
I know, but I do want to say that I actually like this movie more. It was ridiculous enough for me to like more than some other movies that we've seen so far. What do you think?
I don't think, Jasmine. I'm not paid to think. I'm paid to entertain. I thought this movie was mostly good. The thing I would say that bothered me the most about this movie is the props. Could have been a lot better. They lacked.
They're good.
They're not. They just bought stuff from the Halloween store.
But that was great.
And they made very little attempt to conceal that. Like you could take, like say if you bought a plastic brain that looks plastic, you can cover it in blood and probably get away with it. But they just didn't even try. And I feel like.
But like there's like a goofiness to that I feel like it works.
I guess. I wanted more homemadeness to it, right? Like the cult members were just in ski masks, for instance. Like give them robes with like cool shark masks. That would be dope.
So for those of you who don't know, this movie, and I'll just let y'all know that strange things are happening in Druid Hills, Kentucky. Known mainly
Are you
for
just
its...
reading this directly from the IMDb?
No.
Yeah, you fucking are.
No, I'm not. I added more to it. Thank you. I added more and I changed it some.
Oh no, Jasmine, what have you done?
Known mainly for its corn output.
So
it
counts.
Some monsters.
It counts as an original work if you add to it.
Cornfields being cropped up.
And
what?
And I'm waiting for you to add something to it to make it your own, you dirty thief.
I added serial killers and cults. Thank you.
Wonderful.
That's not in there. Thank you for, pointing me out like that and putting me under the fire. I really appreciate it.
It was very funny. Well, if anybody...
I was just trying to give a general description of the movie, so thank you so much. Appreciate it. Love you.
You could have just been like,
And then I was gonna be like, well, bro, let's talk about it. Let's take a deep dive into this movie.
I mean, you still could. We could still do that.
Now I feel undermined. So go ahead.
Oh, do you? Do you feel like that video game Undermine?
Yeah, I was just trying to be helpful, and you put me on blast. So.
Well, I mean, anybody that looks up the movie we're talking about is going to see that you just read that. So it's better we address it.
These are for the people that didn't look it up online and are listening to our
Then you should say that. Then you should say that.
I was trying to.
No, you did.
Stop nitpicking me. Get out of here. You're nitpicking me.
Oh my god.
Stop. I was just trying to be helpful. Anyway,
you're being
like
helpful.
I said, the movie was directed by Tim Ritter. You might know him from Creep Writer, High Death, High 8, and Zombarella's House of Horrors. And that's
I'm sorry.
What
now?
WHORRORS.
Zombrella?
Zomarella.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Zomarella's House of Horrors, as in WHORRORS.
Oh, golly.
Yeah. And the cast, I'm just going to go quickly through this cast. There seems to be a lot of people here.
Okay.
And to be honest, I don't remember all of them.
You can do it. Speed through them.
All right. We got Shannon Stockin as Schneider. We've got Ford Winstar as Jonathan Gottlieb. Steve Guyan as Teddy Bro Lucas. Casey Miracle as Benchley. Al Nicolosi as Kramer. Thomas Kindler as Mr. Mello. Rebecca Reinhardt as Susan. Katrina as an adventurer, whatever that it was. Billy W. Blackwell as Angel. Zoe Bush as Biff. Tim Ritter, the director, as Harry Grossman, was that the recording? The reporter guy?
I don't recall who the reporter guy is.
All right, we got Jason Boyd as Gary, Trish Erickson as Martin. No, Trish Erickson Martin as Rosenberg, and Todd Martin as Mayor Zanuck. And those are the people
whose lines apparently he improvised some of. I can read IMDb too. Oh, sharks of the corn. What shall we do?
I put all this in a giant notepad with all the stuff. So
we gotta go over the plot of this movie.
I tried to.
Right. No, I understand. You just named off all the actors and the credits and stuff. So the movie takes place in Kentucky in the corn. We open on a drunk eating champion who is about to get laid in the cornfield, and we see some boobs.
Too much boob.
Lots of boob. You can never have enough boob, Jasmine.
I'm good.
Anyway, of course, the sharks eat he was accused of murder.
Mind you, this is like a hand puppet shark.
Right. He's accused of murder and goes to jail, and his brother, who is a real estate agent / cryptid hunter, is
reporter.
Yeah, like he owns like this weird newspaper, like the Inquirer or something. Like he believes in Bigfoot and all this shit. Like we actually see a ad that his real estate company has put out of Bigfoot walking through a field. It's very bizarre. So you have him. You also have the chief of police. She's looking for her sister. Who else do we have? There's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of characters. We have the serial killer in the motel who kills the hooker, who turns out to be the chief's sister. Funny enough, does so using shark jaws as offerings to his god. Can you say the name of the god, Jasmine?
Chichimatul.
Chichimatul. And it sounded like they kept saying it different too.
Chichimatul.
So we heard Chichimatul. We just heard Chichimatul. But anyway, so he inevitably gets caught by the police chief and taken to jail.
And that's where you get to see all the awesome Halloween body part props
in the back seat of his car.
It's literally just like a plastic bone leg.
As a serial killer, he's just wearing a ski mask everywhere. I will say he's probably my favorite part of the movie. That guy is totally working with what he was given, like just a demented psychopath, and he did well with that. I actually liked him a lot.
He was probably the best actor, I think, in the whole movie.
I think I agree. And his whole deal is he's murdering people to bring about the vessel for Chichimatul to manifest on Earth, and he would be its great lethal protector, a la Venom. And we'll get more of that in a bit. But also we get to see two people, just this, I don't know how to describe this. They sneak into, no, they were like, I don't know. They sneak into a building where there's more ski masked people afoot with machine guns.
They sneak into the cult,
which turns out to be a cult. They steal what is clearly like a real dead shark pup inside of a jar, like someone probably bought it online. And they steal it, and they're betrayed by their handler, who knocks them out and steals the pup.
And is apparently with the FBI.
Wrong. He's with the CIA.
CIA.
You don't find this out until later, much later. In fact, he goes to sell the pup to what is essentially the mafia. We get really loud stringed Italiano music in the background every time
they're like a 12-year-old little girl.
One's in a Beetlejuice costume. Yeah.
A Beetlejuice costume.
He hides the shark pup nearby. Her and another guy go to like retrieve it. They get eaten by the sharks. The mafia thinks he's double crossed them. So this Vin Diesel guy, retrieves the pup. It's now a toy shark in a jar, which I thought was hilarious that it changed.
There's a lot of, for those of you listening, there's a lot of back and forth from different.
Yeah, I'm skipping all this stuff. We're just kind of hitting.
Yeah, it's back and forth between like the sheriff and the mafia and the serial killer, and
there's a lot going on. At some point, we see he's on the. Okay, I'm sorry. So Vin Diesel's on the run from the mafia, who's in there in like 6 different helicopters. Like every time they flip to a helicopter, it's a different type of stock footage of a helicopter.
Stock footage of sharks constantly.
Actually, I take it back. The lackey, the guy, the mob boss's second in command was my favorite because he had the best character. I loved. I just thought he was very funny. But serial killer dude, also very good.
He put a lot of work into that character. He really tried.
He did, but I thought the lackey guy was very funny. I thought he nailed it. I thought he was so good. But anyway, I digress. Oh God, where did we even go? People continue to be eaten by the sharks in the corn. The brother of the first guy from the beginning is like flying a drone, and he's got evidence of the shark swimming through the corn.
Yeah, and it's just like back and forth.
Yeah, the cops, the police officer doesn't believe him, and neither does the mayor. And we're like, we got to shut the crop down. And I'm like, the crop, that's how people make their money around these parts, yada, yada. And then they decide to split up and take care of this themselves. So he orders a shark repellent bracelet, which is actually just some paracord that they probably bought down the road. And it's delivered by amazing.com. Who's
in the
also
cornfield.
In the cornfield. It's like 2-hour delivery or some shit. And that person's also wearing a mask. Don't know why. They're eaten by sharks as well. Mayor gets eaten by sharks. It's progressing to the point. Eventually, the cop, who's never at any point been particularly upset that the murderer that killed her sister is in the back seat. She was my least favorite part of this movie because her character just wasn't. It was very sort of flat. Like, have you seen this woman? This was my sister. And he's like, yeah, I probably killed her. And then even. That's right. Okay, we'll get there. Hang on. So they're driving to whatever magical fucking hell it's supposed to be, and
they see the bodies. They
see Vin Diesel, and she's like, "Oh, let me just pick up this hitchhiker who's walking the opposite direction." And he's like, "Oh, it just so happens I'm going the way you are, and I'm CIA." And she's like, "Oh, cool."
And the serial killer's like, "What's in the box?"
Yeah, he can sense what it is somehow. And of course, the chief betrays him, knocks him out, reveals that she's got a shark necklace, just like the serial killer. She's part of the cult. And she's tired. This is when her acting muscles do come in, because she's like, I'm tired of being nothing. I want to be someone my sister can be proud of and bring her back into the new era of Chichimatul.
I want her to come back to life, even though you murdered her.
Right. Like she was never upset. And so, like, he leads her to a skull that's clearly like a plastic skull with a black wig on top. And she's like, Sarah!
Like a scarecrow type thing. And he's like,
but the skull.
Clothes of the scarecrow.
Yeah. So she puts on
a ski mask, a black shirt, jeans.
Yeah. And they do the ritual, and she turns into like a legit movie black lagoon monster creature with like a crown.
The special effects of the shark people, humanoids, were not that bad.
No, they were bad. I didn't.
I could tell that they tried.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, I'd never seen a shark humanoid that looked like that, so at least it was unique to this movie.
I guess.
But on the sideline of that,
I love how, and then of course, serial killer dude turns into her protector, who doesn't look like a shark. He just looks like a sharp tooth suckerfish or something. But they're both like this, like.
And the CIA guy meets up with the reporter guy, and they both have guns. And Mafia has the helicopter that gets eaten by a shark.
Sharks jump. The corn sharks do jump out and eat the Mafia members, killing them. And they take the pup from the CIA guy, the 13th pup of Chichimatul. Naturally, CIA guy and the brother of the first guy team up. They managed to kill the protector.
And the CIA guy says, "What did you say? Have a grenade, bitch."
Something like that. He's like, have a grenade, bitch. And he like dunks it under her fucking head, and her head explodes.
And then Bigfoot comes in, and like the real Bigfoot comes in and also joins in on the fight for a little bit.
Now that's how the protector guy died. Bigfoot comes out of nowhere and smashes his head in with a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Then they throw a spear at him.
And then they win. And then that was basically the movie.
That's the movie. Or is it? Because when they get in the car and they're like high-fiving, like, yeah, bro, the cult was in the back seat of the car and they presumably died. Wow, we just rocketed through that. I'm so sorry if that was just a rambling mess.
It's a lot. The movie was a lot. There was a lot going on.
A lot
back and forth. Kind of hard.
Major props for managing all these different threads and trying to bring them together. I feel like a lot of it. Well, like, you didn't need the Mafia, you didn't even really need the CIA guy, to tell you the truth. Like, you could have axed a good third of this movie and it'd be fine. But I feel like if you got a bunch of friends and you want to put them in the movie, like, you write things like cults and stuff. Like,
this movie had a lot, and it had like, like I said, serial killers, cults, mystical sharks, sacrifices,
shark gods,
and
stock footage of sharks.
Yeah, it was
stock footage of helicopters, explosions, boobs. What more could you want from Stephen King?
There was a lot of. So I just still don't understand the boob. Like they
Boobs sell. Boobs make money.
But it's funny because they literally paused
I'm
on
putting
the lady
boobs in ours, so I'm gonna have to.
They literally just like paused on the boob after she died for like
they did.
A good 2 seconds just to get that boob time, and then
they definitely got their money's worth. I'm assuming. I don't know. Whatever. They're like, hey, do you want to be topless in our movie? And she agreed to it, and they really got as much as they could out of that. Hey, real quick, she had a great set of they were great. I'm trying not to be offensive.
Okay.
They got a good set on their set.
But I personally like this movie. I think I could have done without the boob, but I would definitely rate it higher than some other of the movies that we've seen. The video quality I don't think was bad.
I thought it was good. I thought it was fine.
Yeah. It didn't have like a banging outro like Virus of the Shark.
Okay, so big knock for me in this movie is that it felt like every single scene needed to have music underneath it, and it started to drive me crazy, especially when the strings came on for the mafia over and over and over, and at length, no less. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was my biggest gripe. That, and in addition to some of the props, I thought could have had a little bit more love put onto them. Jasmine.
I feel like this is minus the boob. I feel like we would be putting out a very similar-esque type of movie where it seems like you just get all your friends together and you make a scary, funny shark movie.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
So I think that the ratings were really low on this.
This was a very good example of how to make a shark movie with no actual sharks. We saw shark puppet, we got stock shark footage. I will say they got some kind of effects.
Shark. There was one real shark.
Where?
But it was dead.
Oh, the dead one, yeah. But they had the shark swimming in the corn, so I mean that's something. And in the helicopter, the shark leapt out and got it. So I mean they did something. They did more than what we're probably going to be able to do. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot to tell you all the ratings, but the ratings were a 1.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
IMDb.
You're
BD? No, my name is Brett. What's your name?
Oh my goodness. Anyways, 30% of Google users liked this movie, and it got a 1.1 out of 5 on Voices from the Balcony.
I don't know what any of those things are, but they're all wrong because this is a good movie, and that's what I'm going to say. This was a good movie. And
our rating matters. Our rating is the one that matters.
I feel like it wouldn't have got the R rating if it wasn't for the boob.
Yeah.
Honestly. I get cussed a little bit, but I mean, what movie doesn't these days?
Yeah, it could have definitely been PG-13 if it hadn't been for the boob.
Probably so. But then... But when you watch your bad shark movie, you want to see boobs, so.
I'm good. But Brad, are you ready for the quiz?
I'm ready for the quiz. Give me that sweet, sweet quiz, baby.
All right, guys. So we're at the point of the show where I or Brett will come up with around 5 or 6 questions.
No. But yes, continue.
Concerning the movie or around the movie.
Mm-hmm. Are they Halloween themed?
No.
What the
fuck? Mine are about this movie. So,
well, continue. Yes, come on, let's do it.
All right. Brett, what is the Arthurian legend concerning Stonehenge?
Arthurian legend concerning Stonehenge? We forgot Stonehenge. To mention Stonehenge was in this movie. It was some kind of weird ancient part of the ritual where energy's channeled from Stonehenge to the 13th pup into the lady who received Chichimatul. The Arthurian legend surrounding Stonehenge is that it's used to navigate the stars, to do zoological zodiacs. Christmas time. The end.
So, according to the Arthurian legend, the wizard Merlin removed Stonehenge from Ireland, where it had been erected by giants, and then rebuilt it in Wiltshire as a memorial to 3,000 nobles slain in battle with the Saxons.
It just seems like a shitty thing to do, to steal it from the giants. Well, but okay. This is what she does, y'all. She comes up with stupid questions that don't matter to the movie at all, and then that are impossible to get. That's what she does.
Taste of your own medicine here.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Give me the next
2.
one.
What is the cowboy cornbread casserole?
What
are the ingredients in the cowboy cornbread casserole that we hear about in the movie?
When do we hear about that? I have no idea.
The child scene with the mom and the dad.
They mentioned
you're
right.
Cowboy cornbread casserole. Do you know any of the ingredients?
Okay.
Cowboy cornbread casserole.
Let me think about it real quick.
Right, no cheating.
Cornbread. It's got to be cornbread in it.
Okay.
Cowboy cornbread casserole. It's a casserole. So that means that there's some kind of meat in there. So I'm just going to say probably some kind of beef, like ground beef.
Okay, you got 2.
It's cornbread. So it's probably got corn in it at some.
That's 3.
Point. I'm going to say it's a casserole. So it's going to have cheese in it.
Okay, that's 4.
So I got cornbread, corn, beef, cheese. What else did I say? Is that everything that I said?
You said 4 things.
1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 15-ounce can of black pinto or white beans rinsed.
You got another one. Pinto beans is another one. You got 6. You got 4 more ingredients to go.
Cornmeal, flour, sugar, baking powder, oil, eggs, milk.
Okay, 7. Eggs is another one. Did you say milk?
Yeah.
All right. You got 2 more.
Let's see here. Onions and Google, because I cheated.
Ah. No, onions is not
You really thought I was getting that, didn't you?
All right,
like, I can't believe he's
the rest of the recipe is a can of diced tomatoes and 1 packet of taco seasoning.
So that was like a 20-point. That was like a 20-point question.
Coolhouse.com.
20-point question that I failed all points on. Well, no, I got cornbread correctly.
You got? Did you get the
major? Well, I cheated. The main cornbread. The cornbread was the so.
I thought you were doing so good.
Cornbread is most of the dish. I feel like it should count for most of the points on that 20-point question.
No. Okay. When was the last sacrificial Chichimatul event per the movie? Because they do say when it was.
3,000 years ago. Really? I thought it was 3,000 years.
No.
Or was it just a guess?
It was
30,000.
It's 13.
Okay, I knew there. I was on the right track. I knew there was a
half a point.
Thank you for the half point. You're very merciful and kind.
All right, so I have a question here, and there's 3 answers that you can divvy up for it. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
In this movie, the cult worships the great white shark goddess Chichimatul.
Chichimatul.
What other shark gods are there in mythology?
Are there any?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this isn't like a trick question. It's not like there's nothing in like a video game. Like, you're not cheating, are you?
No, I'm not. I looked this up. This is their mythology.
Whose mythology? Like
multiple.
The world's?
It's multiple different mythologies.
Okay, real mythologies in the world.
Here, I'll give you a hint. 1 is Greek mythology. 1 is Fijian mythology. And the other one is Hawaiian mythology.
Okay. 1 is Maui, isn't it?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
No. I've been I've been entranced by the movie.
I've come up with some pretty hard questions this quiz, huh?
I've been
pretty proud of myself for these.
By the movie Moana. I think you might have gotten me here. Well, I know Chichimatul is not one of them because it's fake.
That's correct. Chichimatul is not a real god. He is not on the internet at all.
How dare you?
He's not on the internet at all. I tried to look her up. There is nothing even close to
Chichimatul.
All right. Since you don't know, I'll go ahead.
Wait. Poseidon.
No cheating. No,
I'm not cheating. I'm actually going to guess for once.
No. Poseidon's
not one? All right, I get one more guess then. My Fijian guess, because I guessed Hawaii one, I guessed the Greek one. I'm guessing a Fiji one. Fijian. Sharkman.
No.
No.
All right. So I'm going to go through the mythologies here.
Bruce.
We got Palamon, which is the Greek god of sharks.
Okay.
So
he's not a shark. He's just the god of sharks.
I said what other shark gods
I misunderstood the question, Jasmine.
It says shark gods in mythology.
Shark god, you.
Anyways, Palamon.
Oh, that sounds like a Digimon.
Well, I'm hopefully pronouncing it correctly. I don't know. Is also known as Melicertes. And they harbor in sailors in ancient Greek mythology. And then the Fijian mythology has the shark god known as Dakuwanga.
Okay.
He is a greatly respected god. He is respected by fishermen because he protects them from danger at sea and sometimes protect them from evil denizens.
Do you mean
of the sea?
Dakuwaka?
Well, there's also another way to say it, which is Dakuwanga.
Okay.
And then we have, for the Hawaiian mythology, we have
Panipo. No.
Okay, go ahead.
That is not how you say that.
Go ahead.
It's Kamaholai.
Ukupanipo.
We're looking at two different things. In Hawaiian religion, Kamahoalai is a shark god and brother of Kanmelohai, Pele, Kapo, Namaka, and Hayayaka. Sorry if I butchered that.
Multiple shark gods.
He swam in the area around the islands of Maui when a ship was lost at sea. He shook his tail in front of the fleet, and the kahuna would feed him awa, a narcotic drink, so that he would guide the men home.
Well, then there are more shark gods than I thought there were.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Okay, Brett, final question.
Jasmine, final question. This one's for about 10,000 points and the win.
How many did the Great White Ripper murder?
Oh, the Great White Ripper. The Great White Whipper, of course, being the serial killer from the movie we watched.
Yep.
The Great, is that the name of this episode? The Great White Whipper?
Yeah.
How
many people did he murder?
He murdered.
Come on, this is like a normal Halloween scary number.
13.
No.
I thought it'd be 13. He sacrificed 13 people for the.
Come on, Brad. What's the number that everyone says you should avoid?
13 is a number that people say you should avoid. Another one, but
it's 3 numbers.
Is it 666?
It is.
He murdered 666. I win.
Well, kind of.
Wow, he would be one of the most prolific murderers of all time. Let's see where he ranks on the list. Jasmine.
And that concludes today's quiz.
Murderer with the most kills. Honestly, that's probably like Saddam Hussein if you really want to think about it. Isn't war the greatest murderer of all?
I would agree with that.
Like G.W. Bush or something. So there's a man from Colombia, Ecuador, Venezuela, who has it's been proven that he's killed 138 people, but his possible victims are 172 to 300 plus.
Ooh, that's a lot of people.
A child murderer, torture killer, and rapist known as La Bestia, the Beast. He confessed to killing 140 boys between the age of 8 and 16 years old over a 7-year period.
Oof. Anyways, Brett, and you know what time it is. After the quiz, we always give it a Finn rating.
That man is scheduled for parole in 2023. Wow. That's not good.
Rating time.
Rating time, baby. It's a rate. It's a rate. We're gonna rate this film. Boop, boop. It is with when we do that sort of thing. We consult our shark movie tier list. It's the ultimate in shark movie tier list. It is undisputed, impossible, and only a guest can make us change our minds.
It's the most important one. So
it's the most. Wait, what?
It's the most important list.
It's the most important list. Jasmine's going to write a full article for IMDb and post this like on movies you should watch. Honestly, we really could probably get an article with these movies we've watched. Jasmine, the list is as such, numbering from 1 to 13. Number 1. Say it, Jasmine.
47 meters down.
Uncaged. Number 2.
Uncaged.
Number 2.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. You know what this is. You can't be you can't be quiet. Video watchers will enjoy that, but you can't be quiet. Six-headed shark attack is number 2.
Okay.
The Wreath sitting at number 3, followed immediately by House Shark, Ouija Shark, Sharktopus, Santa Jaws, Empire of the Sharks, Planet of the Sharks, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus at number 10. At number 11, we have Avalanche Sharks, then Ice Sharks, and finally bringing up the rear, number 13 is Virus Shark. Jasmine, we rank our movies based on the undisputed 3 official rankings of all shark movies: the eye roll meter, the cheesy factor, and the brutality factor.
There's something else too.
There used to be, but we rolled it in. We rolled it into to brutality. It was like kill count or something like that. Like it's whatever. Nobody cares. That ultimately leads up into our completely scientific and true algorithm that allows us to place Sharks of the Corn on this list. Jasmine, Stephen King Sharks of the Corn eye roll meter. It gets a what from you?
Good eye roll meter, I think. Minus the boob. The boob, I'm gonna forever continue to say the boob was a huge eye roll on the downside, but everything else was pretty good. We're doing out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I didn't roll my eyes hardly at all, except
How are you
for
doing this out of 5?
Except for the movie, the Mafia music and stuff, just driving me insane. Next, we got the cheesy factor, Jasmine. Cheesy factor. How cheesy? What? How on your cheese scale? Jasmine, it's comedy. Keep going. Keep going. It's a fucking comedy. Jesus.
Cheese factor.
Thank you. God. Velveeta, sponsor us.
Crackle Barrel mac and cheese sponsor.
Ew, don't sponsor us, Crackle Barrel. I don't want your sponsorship.
But they have really good mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's because it's racist. Racist mac and cheese. Suffering makes everything taste better. Now take your Cracker Barrel and get the hell out.
Cheesiness. The movie was pretty cheesy. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5.
I'm gonna give it a Y out of Z. It was pretty much all the way maxed out on cheesiness for me. And I think for better and for worse. Yeah. I think it was both good and not good at the same time. Brutality factor, Jasmine. I'm going to go first on this one. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. Well, I'm going to give it a 4.8 out of 5 because the only reason it loses 0.2 is because the special effects weren't somehow more real. Like a big AAA budget shark movie could pull off like believable guts and gore. The reason why this did get so high for me is because the prostitute at the beginning who gets murdered by the serial killer. Like she has her face ripped open, and it's like latex. They use latex and probably clay.
I forgot about that.
They completely rip her face open like she's the Stranger Things monster, a Demogorgon. And they show it a lot. They got a lot of mileage out of that, and they kept zooming into it. It was pretty gross, pretty brutal. And also, they murdered a child. They murdered a child. Bonus points for killing children. Nobody does that enough.
Decapitated him.
Decapitated a child. You don't see that every day. Good job, Stephen Kang.
I think I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I mean, I feel like there's been more gruesome. Like it was like you said, half and half. Like
no, it was either full throttle or in the terms of brutality. Like the few scenes of brutalness were really brutal. They murdered 2 children. Come on. I'm giving them an extra point for that. 4.9. I don't remember
the second. Who was the
Beetlejuice girl from the Mafia.
Oh yeah.
She was literally screaming ah! While she was being eaten alive.
By the shark puppet.
Yeah, so they murdered 2 children in this movie. They're on Mimic level. If you watched Mimic and this, they've murdered the same amount of children. How many children should we murder?
I'm going to give it a 2.5, though, I think.
We're only murdering 1 in ours. Okay, Jasmine, where does this fall on the list?
I like it more than Ouija Shark, I think.
Wow, you're going so straight for the throat. You're saying you like it better than Ouija Shark, so that would put it at number 5 if you did that.
What do you think?
I think it's better than Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. I don't know that I liked it better than Empire of the Sharks. So for me, I'm looking at like number 9 is where I'm looking at. Because Empire of the Sharks had one of the most memorable characters of all time from any shark movie, and that's the guy whose name I can't remember, who was also, are you laughing at me? Who was also in Six-Headed Shark Attack. You'll remember. You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about, but I just think, I really like that guy, but I don't remember his name.
Hang on a second.
I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
But I don't know his name either.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You should.
But I don't.
You're the cast person.
I don't remember everybody's names. Sorry.
Jonathan Pinar. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong.
Pinar.
Yeah, he's in Six-Headed Shark Attack, and he's in Empire of the Sharks. I don't like this better than him. I think he alone lifts Empire of the Sharks above Sharks of the
I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where I think this movie was just so silly, and it reminds me
Was it sillier than Sharktopus?
Okay, you're right. I don't like it more than Sharktopus. I like
Sharktopus was number 6. That's right behind Ouija Shark. This definitely had like the homemade feel that Ouija Shark had, for sure. I give you that.
Yeah.
You are the only one of the two of us that cling to Ouija Shark for some reason. And it is telling that you like it better than Ouija Shark, but you don't like it better than Sharktopus, even though Sharktopus is technically lower on the list. I like Sharktopus better than Ouija Shark. Okay, I don't like Ouija Shark all that much.
Why don't we put Sharktopus above Ouija Shark?
No, we're not allowed to do that. We can't do that. Only a guest can come on and try to re-rank stuff with us. That's the only way we can do it. Or I tell you what, dear listener, if you write in and say you want us to re-rank something, we'll talk about it. But that's it. But if you do that, you need to explain why we need to re-rank it and tell us where to re-rank it, and we'll talk about it. So that's your homework, dear listener. Review our list, which we'll say it again once we figure this out. So do you like this movie better than Santa Jaws?
Yeah, I like it better than Santa Jaws.
Santa Jaws is number 7. So you like it better than Ouija Shark at 5. You don't like it better than Sharktopus at 6. And you do like it better than Santa Jaws at 7.
So let's put it at number 7?
I think that evens out. You like it better than Ouija and Santa Jaws at 5 and 7, but not better than Sharktopus at 6. I think that evens it out to 6. I think it's going to be a tie with Sharktopus. I think we got our first tie.
Are we going to put it as both number 6?
Well, I don't like it better than Empire, which would technically drop it down. That would drop it down from 6 to. That would drop it down to 7. That would tie it. So yeah, that would put it at 7, which would tie it with Santa Jaws.
I'm okay with it being at 7. Don't we just move everything down though?
We would move Empire and everything below Empire down. It would not be this movie. We're saying this movie's better than Empire of the Sharks if we put this at 7. Empire is sitting at 8. Am I willing to do that?
It's so tough because like the movies are so different from each other.
This is very tough because in a list of homemade shark movies, this one goes to the top. This one would be number 2. 100%. This would be number 2 on that list, but that's not what this list is.
It's all of them.
This list is all of them. Wait till we do Jaws someday. Like, what are we going to do with that? If that's not number 1, people will riot in the streets.
How about we do 7 or I'm okay with putting it to 7 or
8. Even saying that it ties with Empire of the Sharks hurts my soul. What are we gonna do, Jasmine? Oh, this is so hard. I'm gonna flip a coin. Heads on this Meganium Community Day badge. Heads and it's 7. Tails and it's 8. In a tie. It is tails, which means it's number 8. We're putting Stephen Kang's Sharks of the Corn at number 8, tied with Empire of the Sharks, but it will not be listed before Empire of the Sharks. I just want to put that in there. Number 1 on the undisputed shark movie tier list, 47 meters down, Uncaged. Number 2, Six-Headed Shark Attack. Then we have The Reef, House Shark, Ouija Shark. Number 6 is Sharktopus. Number 7, Santa Jaws. Tied for number 8 is Empire of the Sharks and Sharks of the Corn. Number 9, Planet of the Sharks. Number 10, Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. 11, Avalanche Sharks. 12, Ice Sharks. And 13, Virus Shark. Holy moly. Someday we're gonna have to post that sucker online as a Google. Maybe we'll make it into like a Google Doc and put it on our Discord so people can look at it as they please. Jasmine, I think that's going to do it for the show. Y'all join our Discord so you can watch the original 47 meters down with us for the Christmas season. That's right. We're watching mine and my sister's one of our favorite movies ever. The very first 47 meters down. Discord allows us to show movies that we otherwise wouldn't be able to stream on Twitch for licensing reasons. And we can do it without fear of legal reprise because it's our private Discord server. We're not recording it or anything of that nature. So you're just watching it along with us. So join the Discord, watch 47 meters down with us. Date to be TBD. It'll be mid to late December when we do it.
Somewhere in December. Before the new year is up.
Mid-December at the earliest, we will be watching it. But it'll be the same time. It'll be a Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Follow us on Twitch anyway at ttv/meteordoll, ttv/breaker streams. Yeah, that's it. Jasmine, do you have anything you want to tell the people before we go?
As always,
you got corn in your teeth, you bitch. Oh no, I know what you want to say. Have a grenade, bitch.
Smile, you sons of bitches, and have a wonderful day. Peace out.
Wow, we don't normally listen to that sucker all the way through. We should do that more often.
Okay, bye. I gotta go to wax work.
Oh my God. Jonathan Pinair is in a new movie as of 2020 called Fried Berry.
Nice. Okay,
It looks terrifying.
It has to go.
This is the end bit, Jasmine. We have to record an end bit before the end of the episode.
Understand.
I know. I have to go stream too, and I have to take a shower before I do so.
I have to go back on.
Literally got home and started streaming or started filming or recording this immediately.
My hours. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Bye.
If they didn't want to unsubscribe before, now they do. Rate, and review us. 17 stars. Tell your friends and your family. Annoy them about it. Fins up, baby. Bye.
Bye.